Vamos a intentar valorar la sesión asiática, vamos a ver los principales catalizadores de este mercado y qué es lo que preocupa a los inversores de la mano de nuestra compañera de CGTN. Saludamos a Xu Yi, CGTN reporter. Hi you, Xu. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Well, stock index closing red for another day, despite the truth between Donald Trump and Xi Jinping and the message of cooperation and multilateralism at APEC. Do you think the market still perceives tension? How has the market reacted to the lackluster APEC?
Yes, thank you for the question. So first, the stock market experienced fluctuations following the China-US meeting, mainly driven by shifts in market expectations and short-term sentiment, I think. And the Asia market recently hit a decade high, leading to a technical pullback with influence from profit-taking, which I believe is the main reasons for the fluctuations. And sectors less sensitive to China-US tensions, such as new energy, port and shipping, quantum technology, performed well, while defensive sectors like Baijiu also saw gains. And despite short-term volatility, most analysts view the easing of tensions as a phased achievement, maintaining optimism about long-term trends and China's ongoing push for technological self-reliance. And in today's Asia market, despite the three major indices closing lower, sectors like AI applications, robotics, and the medical sectors showed strength. So I'm confident that as trade relations improve after the China-US high-level meeting, the market will respond more positively, while the A-share may face technical resistance near 4,000 points, and the bullish trend remains intact. And regarding the question, the term lackluster, I hold a different perspective. And during this APEC meeting, Chinese leaders called on all parties to practice true multilateralism and jointly maintain the stability and smooth flow of industrial and supply chains. According to the Associated Press, following Donald Trump's departure from South Korea, international media attention has shifted to Chinese leadership, and China has consistently positioned itself as a defender of free trade, offering an alternative to the protectionist policies advanced by the United States. And as APEC outcomes continue to be unveiled, I think we can look forward to further developments.
President Xi has presented a 5-point proposal this Friday to promote the building of an Asia-Pacific community. Xi has focused on the stability of supply chains, boosting digital transformation. How do you assess this plan? Do you think it's ambitious and that China can lead this development in the region?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And first, I need to mention the China's contribution to the Asia-Pacific development related to the economic and trade sectors. So as a champion and practitioner of Asia-Pacific cooperation, China has consistently served as a constructive force driving regional economic integration and connectivity. And in 2024, last year, China contributed over 64% to the region's economic growth. And President Xi have repeatedly built consensus for green and innovative development at APEC meetings, emphasizing the principle of ensuring that scientific and technological achievements benefit all humanity, helping developing countries strengthen their scientific and technological capabilities, and facilitating the global flow of knowledge and technology. And let me give you some examples, like the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway in Indonesia, designed and built with Chinese standards, emits only 6.9 grams of CO2 per passenger per kilometer. That is a vivid example of China collaborating with the world to build a Green Belt and Road. And multiple Chinese new energy vehicle companies have established operations in Southeast Asia countries, driving local green industrial upgrades. And let's back to the question. President Xi's 5-point proposal at APEC has also highly interacted with the recent concluded fourth plenary session of the 20th Central Committee of the CPC, which reviewed and adopted the proposal on formulating the 15th five-year plan for national economic and social development, calling for expanding high standard opening up and creating new prospects for mutually beneficial cooperation. And amid complex international circumstances, China remains committed to widening its openness, demonstrating the responsibility of a major country through concrete actions. And the communique of the fourth plenary session underscores China's focus over the next 5 years on expanding high standard opening up and creating new prospects for mutually beneficial cooperation, aiming to broaden trade and investment space, share development opportunities with the countries, and bring more opportunities to the region, and also with the focuses on green transformation and the stable supply chains.
Finally, manufacturing activity continues to slow. The October EMBS reading was 49 points. This marks 7 consecutive months in contraction. What factors do you think explain this weakness?
Yeah, and if we look at the manufacturing activities, the recent moderation in manufacturing activity in October can be attributed to factors such as the early release of demand ahead of the National Day and Mid-Autumn Festival holidays, the Golden Week in China, as well as an increasingly complex international environment. And according to one official from the National Bureau of Statistics in China, in October, the composite PMI output index stood at 50%. At the critical point, indicating overall stable production and business activities of Chinese enterprises. And we have also observed that 3 key sectors maintained expansion with overall optimistic market expectations. And in October, the PMI for high-tech manufacturing, equipment manufacturing, and consumer goods industries were 50.5%, 50.2%, and 50.1% respectively, remaining in expansion territory. And the production and business activity expectation index was 52.8%, continuing in expansion territory, indicating that most manufacturing enterprises maintain optimistic expectations for market development. And we have also noted that the continued accumulation of positive changes in market prices, the input price index and ex-factory price index for the equipment manufacturing industry have risen for 3 consecutive months, while both price indices for the high-tech manufacturing sector increased compared to the previous month. So therefore, I believe that overall, while manufacturing production activities showed slightly in October and enterprises of different sizes faced some pressure, the new growth drivers and consumer goods manufacturing maintained stable growth, and the China's macro economy retains a foundation for stable operation. And that's all from me.
Xu Yi, CGTN reporter, thank you for coming to Negocios TV. 谢谢.
Thank you.